Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. Today what we're going to do is fletch our arrows that we've got for hunting, our Black Eagle Rampage 300. We're just going to fletch them up, show you how that process works, and put some wraps on them. What you want to keep in mind with fletching, kind of the industry standard today is a 2-inch high profile vane. This is what you're going to see on most arrows. 9 times out of 10 that's going to work for whitetail bow hunters in the woods, tree stands, shooting 20 yards or so. If you want to make sure that you have the most accurate setup, you're going to want to experiment. There are fletchings of all different shapes and sizes, different lengths. This one here is 2.25 inches. It's a lower profile. You look in here, we've got a 3-inch parabolic. This one here is about 2.5 inches, and it's called a heat vane. It's of extra stiff material. So there's all different kinds of fletchings out there, and what you want to do is play with them. Try different combinations. See what works best for your setup. Everybody's going to be different. Something's going to work, for one guy may work differently for another. What I like to use, this is the Last Chance Archery Vane Master Pro. This is kind of the Cadillac of fletching jigs, but with this fletching jig I can do everything. I can do left or right offset, left or right helical. I can do either with this jig. I've got different knobs that I can put in. As you can see here, I can do a 3-vane fletch, or I can also switch out some components and I can do 4 fletch to try and, just to experiment, try different things. Not all fletching jigs give you that versatility. The Vane Master Pro, of course, does. There are others that give you that versatility as well. But my point is, I want you to be able to play with some different things so that you can find a good setup for your bow. As I had mentioned about helical and offset in our previous video, we determined that my arrows spin counterclockwise. So I want to set my fletching jig with a left helical and left offset. I want my vanes to sit to the left so that my arrow, it just encourages my arrow to keep spinning to the left. So what I've preset here is I've got my fletching jig set up with a 4-degree left helical. We're going to begin our process with a wrap. We've got a Lancaster Archery Supply arrow wrap. A lot of guys are using these today. What's the benefit of it? Well, carbon, if you were to glue vanes directly onto the carbon, and then let's say one comes off or you want to change vanes or something like that, you peel it off, you start sanding it down, eventually you can gouge into the carbon. And over time that's going to put undue wear on your arrows. You don't want that. With a wrap, you can just peel the wrap off and the fletching comes with it. And then your shaft underneath is untouched. It's perfect. So we like to use wraps. Besides that, they're neat. You can customize your arrows so they look unique to you. You can see here we're going to use white. That's going to make this arrow, it's going to make it really stand out. It'll show us what kind of blood we've got. You get a pass-through shot. And I'm going to line it up just below the nock. This is a perfect surface. This is like a carpeted surface, so I can push down onto it. If you do it on a hard surface, it doesn't work quite as well. So you can get a pad, or you can do it on the carpet at home. And all I'm going to do is line up, and I'm kind of pressing down as I roll the vane on. You can see there I get a perfect wrap. Then I'm going to bring over my fletching jig. I'm going to set this in. I want to make sure I don't roll over the seam. Get yourself a good fletching glue here. This stuff sets really fast, this MaxiCure. And I'm just going to put a thin bead. You don't want too much glue, but you need enough right down the center. I want to make sure I got a nice solid line of glue. Set it on here. I usually like to just press and hold together for a 10 count. And then this glue is so fast setting that I can just, after a 10 count, I can remove my jig, spin the arrow, move to the next one. Make sure I clean off my arms there, just to keep the vein from sticking. This fletching jig, like I said, it's got different dials for 3 vein, 4 vein, and when you put the whichever one you want, when you rotate the arrow, it's going to click and it's going to perfectly space those veins apart so that you know you're getting the correct adhesion for your veins to the arrow. You can have them in the right placement around the shaft. We've got lots of different fletching jigs at Lancaster Archery Supply on our website, lancasterarchery.com. You can go there and pick out whichever one you think will work for you. And there we have it. You've got a perfectly spaced fletching job there. And you can see we have a left offset. That's 4 degrees left, and I also put a helical in. Incidentally, helical means that it's curving the vein around the shaft rather than just simply placing it straight on the shaft at an offset. So that's what the offset is doing. It just turns it to one side, sets it on. Helical kind of curves it around, just gives it a little more spin in the arrow shaft. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page so you can see videos like this and lots of other things pertaining to archery. And as always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.